Welcome back to Stream Media East 2023 here in lovely Boston, Massachusetts. I'm here today with Randy Bapst, and Randy's with a company called AiBUY. So what is AiBUY exactly?
AiBUY is a new way to monetize within content. AiBUY gives an overlay to allow the viewer to actually purchase something while watching a streaming video, while watching a show. It can also be used in publications, online publications, and it's multifaceted. So it's something really unique to the marketplace right now.
So is it using an augmented reality overlay, or?
Well, the AI piece is we've got product recognition. We've got about 2 million pieces of merchandise that's been run through, and so it can identify and suggest certain products as they roll.
Okay. Does the end viewer have to skip off the screen to make the purchase?
Absolutely not. That's the whole. There's no redirect. So a lot of time and money is spent to get eyeballs into the view, and so what we allow that viewer to do is not lose the engagement with the show, and they stay within the show, and they can buy a product or multiple products, actually even from multiple vendors, while engaged. And
so is all the transaction model going through AiBUY, or is it through third-party?
Actually, it's going. So it would actually go. It's a pipe, and it would use the customer's back end.
Okay.
So whatever payment processing system they use, it would just use that as normal.
Okay, interesting. And then, what does it take to integrate your solution into the workflow?
Depends on the company and what they do and the size, but a couple of weeks probably for our dev teams to, put it together and get it operational. And from there, there's a management portal that the customer gets where they can stage the cadence of the merchandise, where it appears, how it appears. There are many variable options that are offered to them.
Okay. And short of going through and making those business logic decisions, is there anything technical that they have to do, the content owner themselves?
No. I mean, once it's installed, once the dev teams have put it together, it's really just swapping out the merchandise.
Okay, interesting. And what's your typical customer look like?
There is no typical customer, so it's really spans the imagination. Anybody that has video content in merchandise is a customer.
Mobile, connected TV?
CTV, mobile, laptop, desktop. Yeah.
And which of those markets do you feel like you'll get better traction in? Somebody who's on the run on a mobile phone, or?
I mean, a lot more is happening on mobile, I think, than ever before. There's a lot happening right now, even on the CTV, where you've got the typical clunky remote to find, what movie you want to watch, right? But there's now pairings coming up to come up and link that to your smartphone, apps that are being developed. So a lot of this stuff is moving really rapidly.
Now, I know on a mobile phone you could touch it to choose to purchase something.
Yes.
How do you interface with a connected TV to do that type of thing?
Well, right now, again, they're pairing through Bluetooth pairings that you can pair up and select with your phone. There are QR codes. It depends really on the customer and how they want to display it.
Okay. So if there's a QR code, they could pull the QR code to their second screen and do the purchase there, as you said, as opposed to coming out of the program.
Yep.
Will it eventually get to the point where it's literally just I click on it, I don't need to do anything else, and it's going to buy it for me?
You're seeing more. In fact, there are people here at this conference that have a solution that does just that, and I've seen more and more of that being developed. Apple Pay is another solution, and so more of these solutions on the back end are making it even more seamless. So customers don't have to enter in their user information or their payment information with every site they deliver. They have it on one application, and it's universally accepted.
And how do you deal with inadvertent buys? Because this is a problem, obviously, with things like the App Store.
Well, we're just the pipe.
Okay.
So we just would, whatever the merchant normally deals with on those things. I mean, the process wouldn't change.
So yours is the B2B piece of it, not you don't touch the consumer at all?
No, we do not.
Okay, interesting. How long's the company been around?
Really, it's gone through a major transitional period, but it's been around for, say, 8 years.
Okay.
Most of it's been in development. We have 83 patents in 35 countries that are pretty locked down for this type of technology, and we're really coming to market with it now.
So I've been in the space for just at a quarter of a century, and some of the early interactive purchasing solutions that were put out for clothing and like that didn't get traction because customers frankly weren't interested in buying stuff off the screen. What did get traction was ordering pizza,
Yeah.
which was, I found fascinating, the number of tests that were done that somebody wanted something that was complementary to what was on the screen as opposed to what was on the screen. Does your solution take into account any of those complementary purchases as well?
I mean, just to your point, I think, depending on how far back you go, 8 or 10 years ago, the market wasn't ready. Amazon was kind of a trailblazer, and as a recognized brand, people became very comfortable buying online. And I think that now, generationally, you've got young people moving up, and that's all they've known. Guys like you and I, that's not what we knew growing up.
Right.
And so,
True.
the emergence of that technology, along with the younger players coming into the marketplace, the younger buyers, I think really makes that whole thing more comfortable. And as far as the merchandise goes, it can be anything. I mean, it really just, it's the hands of the customer. What do they want to display?
Okay, so not necessarily what's appearing in the content itself, but perhaps an overlay that pops up suggesting something that would be complementary.
Yeah,
to
I mean, it could be, again, it could be something that is not relevant to the show, but for example, they might be watching a movie and an idea pops up of, hey, we want to show this, we want to present this to our customer because we think they might be interested in it at this point in time.
Okay, interesting. Randy, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, and we'll be right back with our next guest.
All right.